Hi folks, G3 here. Welcome to another edition of my journey to go green. I've got a top tip for you today, and that's to do with growing squash. Now, before we get to today's top tip, can I just ask that if you like this video, you click like, subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon, and then you'll hear straight away when there's any more top tips from me in the future. Right, now let's get on with today's top tip. Now, one thing you quickly find out when you start growing vegetables is that you run out of space. There are so many lovely things to grow that you want to try, and to get sufficient crops for you throughout the year, that space quickly runs out, and you try and find every little nook and cranny that you can grow in. Squash plants, so things like butternut squash and also courgettes, are extremely keen on having lots of nutrients as they grow, as well as lots of water. But they really don't care too much about the kind of environment they're in, and you can grow them pretty much anywhere that's got some good organic matter for them to grow in. They just need lots of water as they're growing to help swell the plants. Whenever you're growing vegetables, there's always a lot of waste at the end, so the leaves, the old plants, and you tend to find that you have a lot of things you want to compost. Now, I've created some compost bins here from wood. I've got 3 separate bins where I can put the compost throughout the year, all the plant matter to produce the compost, I should say. Starting off over on the far right, I have the newest material, so that's where I go and put all the fresh leaves and brown matter as well to make the good compost. I move on compost over time, every sort of 3 or 4 months maybe, into the next bin and then into the next bin. Gives it an opportunity to turn over and to continue breaking down and producing some fantastic compost. But what it does mean is that for a period of time, there's not a lot happening in these bins. It's an ideal place for me to grow some extra squash. They love the nutrients that are in here. I'm not going to be touching these bins for a little while, so it's a fantastic opportunity. I've got some butternut squash growing in this end one. I've managed to squeeze in 9 plants, I think it is, because I can trail them all out of there. And in this one, I've got courgettes that have been growing nicely, and I've got 4 plants in here. It's just a fantastic opportunity to use a little bit more space, an area that I'm not necessarily going to be using at the moment because I'm just filling up the far bin. You can even do this in the Dalek style plastic bins if you've got those. You just need to take the lid off and plant 1 or 2 squash plants in there and trail them over the top, and they will start growing down there. It's a fantastic way to get some extra growing space in your garden. Because squash plants grow lots of leaves and they quickly fill up the space, I've gone and put some tubes in here to feed water to the bottom of the plant. I've gone and created a hole for it underground, planted the plant next to it, and so that when I pour water in here, it's delivered to the base of the plant. So I don't have to worry about getting all the foliage out the way and watering. I can just fill this up and it will empty down there. And I've got a few dotted around in here for the front and for the back plants to make life a little bit easier. It's not such a problem with the courgettes. I'm able to get the water to them fairly easily, but with the butternut squash, this really helps. So that's it, folks. That's your top tip for this week. Grow your squash plants in every nook and cranny you can, including your compost bin. I'd love to hear in the comments below the kind of spaces that you use for growing your veg. Where do you manage to squeeze in some extra tomatoes or squash or whatever it is you're growing? Let me know. It'd be great to hear. And remember, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click like, and also please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you get notified whenever I load up a new video. Right, here's till next time. Bye.